Hello everyone, welcome to today's workshop. I'm Kate, and today I'm going to show you something really interesting. Instead of using AI just to answer questions or chat with me, today I'm going to show you how I will be using the AI agent to actually do the work, control my laptop, and finish the entire task for me. So I will not spend a lot of time on some theoretical ideas. Instead, I will just show you a use case in the real business world, and we can see how AI will make our work more efficient and more effective. So in this workshop, I will use the AI agent to help a customer success manager who just finished a project, and the project was quite successful. So this manager want to turn this project into a set of polished marketing materials, including presentations for external sharing, internal enablement, and maybe posters. And AI will do a lot of work in this entire process, and we can see how AI will enable us and weaponize us. So before we start, I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about the background information of this use case, so we will be able to have a better idea of how difficult this how challenging this task is. And so first, the business trigger is just that I, as the customer success manager, have just finished a project, and this project has actually delivered some, really measurable and successful, good outcomes. And we need to turn those outcomes into credible, polished materials. And the main challenge here is just that data are scattered everywhere across different types of files, including Excel, documents, and it is tedious if we want to sort all the information, organize all the information, and extract useful stuff from all these messy files and folders. And the final output that we need from this task is first a customer-facing material, and second some internal files, and also promotional deliverables. So the workflow starts from firstly, data extraction from a bunch of files and folders, and secondly, we will do validation of competitor benchmarks, and also we will shape the narratives and finally generate the outcomes. And in this use case, I will use the AI agent to actually read the files, search on the internet, use the search engine, web search engine, and also AI will draft the storyline and generate all the marketing materials for me. Let's just start. So before I start, I'm going to show you the AI agent that I'll be using today. This is called Anna AI agent, and you can see the interface and the UI is quite similar to, for example, ChatGPT and Gemini. The only big difference here is that we have this icon here, like one agent. You might be wondering what is an agent, and this is actually the most important, the secret of today's workshop. Agent is actually you can think of this agent as the hand of AI. So you can see here, this is my laptop, right? I have right here this AI agent Anna, this app on my computer already, which I have downloaded from the website. It's just like an app. And once I download it, I can just double click and then install this agent. Just give me a second. Let me install it. Let me launch this agent first. Okay, cool. You can see the agent is online now, and if I check my agents, I will see here, this agent on my MacBook Air laptop is already online, and that means this agent is able to control my have access to the files and folders on my laptop. So for example, let's take a really small and quick experiment first. Let me ask my agent something like, can you see my desktop workspace? And this box means the AI is actually using the tool to do the work instead of just answering questions with the training data. So you can see here the AI agent just answered yes, it can see the files on my workspace and desktop. So for desktop, I have a mix of folders like File, Scale, Video, Hub Studio. These are actually quite right. and also some key documents, and also the workspace, which is like right here. This is my workspace that which is the folder and the area that I have allocated to AI agent. So this workspace primarily have a lot of like project folders, system folders, and key files. So you can see like this AI agent like can actually see my laptop and use my laptop. And that's the major difference between this and, for example, ChatGPT, because GPT it is pure cloud, and you cannot control everything or like have access to everything on my laptop. And we also have an interesting concept here, which is this one, Sandbox. So a Sandbox is basically like the limitation that you can put on AI. If you enable Sandbox here, that means this AI can only have access to this dedicated workspace path, which is like this one on our workspace. You can just go home and find this workspace, right? It's here. So if the Sandbox mode is on, that means AI cannot have access to desktop and other folders, and this workspace and the files within it are the only things that AI can control and manage. But if I trust this AI agent completely, and I want to give this AI agent more freedom and more flexibility, then I can disable the Sandbox mode, and then it can access my laptop, like desktop, and also downloads and other things, right? So I personally will just disable the Sandbox because it's easier to use. Okay, so this is the first trick that we need to understand, which is the agent and what it means when I say local agent. And the model I'll be using today for the workshop is this one, Gemini. We also have something different here, like Claude, DeepSeek, GPT, Mimo, Minimax, Q1, like basically all the popular models nowadays. But my personal preference here is just Gemini, which I think is easy to use, and also the outcomes are really good. So let's start the first step. Because I mentioned like this customer success manager has finished this project, and this project has like some messy files and folders where all the data are scattered. So first step is to use AI to extract important and useful project facts from the input files. I have this project file folder here, which is called flagship project. And you can see I have a bunch of files within it, which are all like project related files, right? Okay, so like the first one is a project background file, which contains a lot of information about the customer. And we also have some data files like the summary, analysis, and also project timeline. And we also have things like interview notes, recommendations, framework, summary, analysis, KPI tracking, and so on. So here is my prompt that I have prepared. I want AI to use the Excel PDF tool to read all the files from this folder in my laptop, like Anna Workspace flagship project, right? This folder. And this folder may contain information like Excel, KPI files, project assets, and some operational experts. And then I need AI to actually, like automatically discover and process all the relevant files inside this folder. And please extract and structure things like customer background, customer pain points, project goals, and so on. And then return the results as a structured case fact base, with first like confirmed facts from the files, missing information, blah, blah, blah. And also it's important that I do not want this AI to invent any missing numbers, because we know like AI have this issue of hallucination. So sometimes AI can be a little bit too creative and just create some numbers which are just not true at all. So I actually want to avoid this issue, because this is a real business case. And I would just copy paste everything here and send it to my AI agent. And you can see like this is the interesting part. I do not need to like upload all the files onto the agent, because uploading one file or like two files is fine, but when I have more than 10 files or even like more folders. I mean, in real business cases, it's just too troublesome, tedious that I have to like do all the uploading and downloading this type of work. So I think this is why local AI agent sometimes is useful. And okay, so this AI agent has just finished the work, and we can take a look. Based on the project materials extracted from this folder, here is the structured case fact base. So summaries including transformation. So this project has successfully transitioned from a manual consistent vulnerability management process to an AI-assisted scalable model. And the efficiency gains are like reduce average remediation cycles by 76%, and increase handling capacity by over 250%. And also some information about customer background, pain points, and key bad findings, like remediation cycle is decreased, analysis capacity is highly improved. So this is actually quite good, right? We don't need to upload all the files, and this AI agent will just reach to the folders that I want AI to analyze, and then do all the work for me. And then I'm gonna start the second step. So the second step is to do industry benchmark. I have already extracted all the information about my project. And then the second step, when I'm doing this kind of marketing materials, is I want to compare the data that I have with some industry data, because I want to see, compared with others, how successful this project it is, right? So here is my prompt. I want this AI to use the DDG search. Okay, so the DDG search here is just one type of web search engine. It's pretty much same as Google search. And the reason I use DDG search here is just that when I use Google search for the API, because AI agent used API, right? The Google search is it's not free. It charges some fees, but DDG search is completely free. So I just use DDG search as an alternative. So I want AI to use the web search engine to find credible industry benchmarking data, which can help compare the project results. So it needs to search, benchmarks related to the customer's industry, business problems solved by this project, blah, 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 and also prioritize industry reports, analyze the firms, and return benchmark findings, source name, and the response format is like this: benchmark area, finding, source relevance. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy paste everything here. And also something that is noticeable is that the reason why I explicitly said AI needs to use the search engine is that if I do not say so, I'm worried it will only use the training data, and every model is trained with a lot of data, right? And it is quite normal for it to just use those old data or training data to answer the questions. But I do want AI to use more fresh data and out there on the website to make sure no matter what type of data this model is trained on, it always has access to the freshest data on the website on the internet. And so you can see this AI agent is actually doing the web searching with this DDG search, and here is the search stuff that I used, which is right. Okay, so it does finish the work for me, industry benchmark comparison, and also some insights, approximate references, and also suggested benchmark narrative, which is quite good from my opinion. And then I will start the third step. So given that I already have the data from my side and also from the internet, the industry side, I can now start to generate the presentation narrative script. So here's my prompt. Let's read it together. So based on the case fact base and industry benchmark findings, I need AI to generate two types of presentation scripts from the same project materials. The first version is the client version, and the second version is internal version. So the difference here is that for the client version, the goal is to create a customer-facing executive presentation, which explains business background, pain points, and the target is this whole deck is no more than 8 pages because I don't want it to be super long. And also for the internal version, the goal is to create a highly condensed internal enablement presentation, which only is like 1 page, 1 slide. And I will just like copy paste everything here and give to AI to see what the results will be. Okay, cool. And let's take a look. So the client version, it has created scripts of 8 slides. Yeah, that's right, for me. And for the internal version, it's only 1 slide, and here are some numbers and information within this one. If I have like some detailed tricks that I want to make, I can also chat with AI here, like for a few rounds. But for today's workshop, I'm just gonna be satisfying with this one. So next, I'm gonna start to actually generate the 2 versions of presentations. So here are some needs that I have prepared. Generally, are just some, I want AI to use the slide script to generate the presentation, and also I do not want, I want AI to actually, make up any numbers. So I will just copy paste everything. And here, one thing interesting is that you can see, like I mentioned, we need to use this skill called PPT master. Let me just use it first, and I will explain to you later what a skill is. So I add, I add the skill called PPT master, and then I just copy paste everything. And this AI should be working as I need it. Let's just take a look. Okay, cool. It has already started to work. And in the meantime, let's just take a look at what a skill is. So basically, a skill is it is also just some prompts. But the difference between this kind of instant prompts happening within this chat box and a skill, a well-written skill, the difference here is that skill usually contains some really important information. So for example, here, these are my skills, right? So I have this skill called X Manager, which is more capable of, managing the Twitter for me. So I can also, I can still, manage my Twitter just with AI and not using any type of skills. But when I use this skill, because in it, I have written some tricks and some important notes that will be helpful and useful for AI when it is doing some work related to X. So that will save me a lot of tokens and also make the work of AI more effective, efficient, and also outcomes will usually be much better. And also, for this one, for example, it's a local file management skill. It's used to just sort and organize my folders and files on the laptop because usually it's a mess. And this skill is also contains a lot of information related to how AI can do this work more effectively and with more organization structure. So for example, the skill may start with something like if you want to actually sort or clean the desktop, the first step is to scan all the folder and files names without actually dive deep into each file directly. So skill means you can, without skill we can also do the work, but skill just creates a clear structure for AI, and one type of skill is usually helpful for one type of work. And today later in this workshop, I will also be generating some skills for you, and we can see how that works. Okay. Cool, so it seems like it's doing the good work for me, the PowerPoints, and let's take a look. Okay, and let's see where the results are. it is in this folder called deliverables. So I just click this one, and you can see this is the version B for the internal enablement, and we also have this this one for version. There's something problem. Okay, let's just say version A seems wrong because it only has one page instead of 8 pages. But let's take a look at version B first and give it some time to fix the version A. So this one is for internal enablement sharing, and it's one slide as I required. I think the data and the number, the entire formatting here is quite good. And okay, so let's see if this one is finished. Okay, cool. This is for external sharing, and I think the results are actually quite good, right? I can just use this deck PDF directly. Okay, so since the work is finished now, let me continue to the next and also step. So I also want to create a poster for public promotion. So here's my request, and the skill I'll be using is this one part, poster master. Okay, I just copy paste everything. You can see like this AI agent is now reading the skill document first and then generate this poster for me. Okay, cool, not bad. Well, here are some like vague part, but I just ask AI to finish this later. So the last step that I'll be showing you today is like this type of working process can be repetitive sometimes. For example, like this time I have this client that I need to, like turn the project information into some marketing materials. But maybe, in a week or two, I have another successful project, and I need to repeat this entire working process again, just so to, like extract information again and then make the presentation and make the marketing materials for me. Like do the industry benchmarking. So I really do not want to like repeat this working process because it's just meaningless. So here I want to, and also next time I don't want to teach AI to do it again because I have already taught it this time. Why do I need to teach it again? So, and that is why we need to use a skill. So here is the prompt to actually making and creating a skill. I would just tell AI to like turn this workflow above into a reusable Anna skill. And the goal here is that next time I should be able to point Anna to a folder and then ask AI agent to just package this completed customer project into one customer facing project report presentation, and second internal use case summary presentation, and third some public poster. And this reusable skill should contain elements like purpose, required input folders, supported file types, blah, 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 blah. And also the important behavior here is that, first, very important, never invent any numbers or make up any numbers. Clearly mark missing data. If the data is missing, just admit it's missing and do not, like create some numbers. Separate confirm customer facts from industry benchmark references, and protect customer identity and sensitive details in public materials. Do not reveal information about the customers, and also ask the user which customer details approved for public use before creating public assets. So I will just here tell the AI agent to actually like create this skill, so that next time I don't need to repeat this process. This is the sweet secret of using this AI agent, because it's on my laptop and it will be able to create fully personalized skills as I want. So you can see here it is creating the task, creating the skill. So I have here AI says I have successfully packaged this workflow into a reusable skill, and the skill name is like this one. And you can now use this skill to automate the transformation of any project folder into a professional asset suite. And here's how to use it next time. Just point to the folder, and the skill will do first extraction, then analysis, benchmarking, and generation. Okay, so I'll show you how we can use this next time. It's already like, if you go to my skill, it's already here. Like this one is the one I just created. It's called Case to Asset Architect, right? And here are the skill contents. Like, let's take a look. The purpose of this skill is to automate the extraction of project intelligence from a workspace folder and transform it into a standardized suite of professional assets, like customer deck, internal deck, public poster, and the required inputs. Blah, 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 blah. Here are some detailed information, right? So next time I have another new project, I can just here like add okay, this one, and the first step I can be like, show me what this skill is capable of doing. And we can see like, here's a breakdown of what this skill can do for us. Intelligent data discovery from folders, industry benchmarking enrichment, asset generation from 3 angles, privacy first protection and data integrity, no hallucinations. And if I have a folder next time, I'll just, for example, let me name this folder first. Please operate once I point a folder to this skill, you can see like the task plan is automatically created with 6 steps, starting from extraction to finally generation, which is quite awesome. And this is why I said like we need to leverage skills sometimes, because that will actually save a lot of time for us. So I will stop this task first because I don't actually need it to do it again. So that's all for today, our workshop's use case. But and lastly, and also kind of importantly, I want to kind of introduce you of what this AI agent I'm using today. It's called Anna, and also I'm the co-founder of Anna team as well. And to use it, it's super easy. You can just go to the website, download the agent, and sign up, and you will have a local agent on your laptop. And this, you will be able to leverage all the cloud intelligence here as listed. And also we give a lot of free tokens every month. So this you should definitely try it. Also, like Anna has some more interesting features, which I do not have time to share it with you today, but you can definitely check out our YouTube video and see all the interesting features. Some are like, we have this skill hub, and you can develop your own skills and tools here. You can also start by exploring skills shared by others. Like for example, if you have a lot of documents, you can install this one, or like DOCX tool, and also like Excel one. And also one easy way to start is just check out my skills. So if you search, for example, PPT master, here you will be able to see my name, and then in this hub, it will show you like all the skills that I have created, and you can start from, for example, like this one, local file management, just to give it a try to see if Anna can actually access your laptop. Yeah, so this is like the most easy way to start. But if you do have some technical backgrounds, you can also try by you can also start like generate your own skills, and it's also like quite easy. You can just go to here like my skills, import your skill. So a skill is basically a JSON file. If you do not know how to write this JSON file, you know what, you just like ask Anna like how should I write a skill, and then Anna will explain everything to you. And here, if you want to share your skill with your colleagues, you can just click this one, publish. So if, for example, this workflow skill that I just created for our today's workshop. I can just publish it, and then you will be able to search the skill right here in the public hub, and then we can just use the same skill to do all the work for us. So that is all for today. Thank you again for joining our workshop. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.